Which environmental issues do you think will become most important in your lifetime?
There are so many different environmental issues that are a problem at the moment. Global warming, we've got the problems with fossil fuels becoming depleted. Hopefully nothing in my lifetime will really make a huge difference, but I think we can always do little bits now so that we can help the future generations. I recycle everything that I can, and I also nowadays, because petrol prices are so expensive, I tend to cycle and use the train more than I do the car.
Well, some of the obvious ones, I suppose, like global warming, which we hear about all the time. But then, some other things too, maybe. Possibly food shortages. As the world population grows and grows, there's less land to produce the food that the world needs, and consequently food prices rise, and there could be scarcity in food, and it could be interesting how that becomes an issue maybe in 20 or 30 years' time.
I think global warming is probably the most pressing at the moment, because we're looking at the situations at the moment. You have hurricanes, you have floods, but you also have drought. So I think it links to everything, because there's food crisis in the kind of third world countries, but also there's a lack of energy sources like coal and oil. So I think everything kind of ties together in a way, but I think it all originates from global warming.
This may sound pessimistic, but I'm hoping, I have this feeling that something big is going to happen in the future, but I'm hoping that it won't happen in my lifetime. But I guess what potentially could happen is, of course, the global warming situation could get worse, the energy crisis could get worse, food crisis could get worse. I read recently in the newspaper that the food crisis has already started. Apparently there's no surplus food in the world anymore. We're just consuming exactly what we've got. So in a few years' time, the situation could be worse. I don't know. Pollution, I think that's going to get worse, especially if China starts to consume more. For example, if every single Chinese person or the majority of Chinese people had a car, then that would be catastrophic for the world.
I think that our response to climate change will become important in my lifetime, because I think that we will need to adapt to the effects of it, such as rising sea levels and extreme weather events and so on. I think also that governments should invest more in finding alternative energy sources.